Holly, it's 5 minutes. You don't quite know what to expect, do you? Or do you?
Who knows what's going to happen?
I'm going to put the battery in.
Okay.
And then I'd like you to count us down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, please.
Okay.
Yeah? Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Do you have a favourite pop star?
Madge, through and through. Loves me a bit of Madonna.
Do you have a favourite film?
Sexy Beast.
Can you tell me how you would describe yourself in a couple of sentences?
Sarcastic, dry, loyal, just a total legend, basically.
Have you enjoyed being on Strictly?
Yeah, very much. I enjoy Fridays and Saturdays, and Monday through Thursday I hate.
Why?
Because I'm training in an empty room and I feel like I'm in an asylum.
Is it hard work?
It's very hard work, but I was prepared for that.
Do you dance in your spare time on your own?
Or
with friends?
On my own, occasionally in front of the mirror, just to make sure what I'm going to do that Friday night is on the money.
But do you dance anyway, just socially, for fun?
Constantly around a handbag.
Is it hard building a career in showbiz?
I think it's probably very hard. I've winged my way through the last 15 years as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully there's a few more left in me.
What's the toughest bit about it?
Toughest bit is probably living away from friends and family that I grew up with. Yeah, that's not the funnest part. And they're 24 hours plane ride away. It's expensive.
You've lived in LA for about 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years.
What was that like?
Amazing. Disneyland for adults. It was the best time of my life. But I had to grow up because there's only so much sun and sushi a girl can handle.
Have you grown up?
No.
And what about London? How does London compare to LA?
It's chaos, and I love being in this crazy city. There's always things going on. There's always people coming in and out. I like being close to the rest of Europe. It's just an exciting place to be at this point in my life.
Were you brought up in Melbourne?
I was brought up in Melbourne, and I left when I was 18. Moved here for 2 years to the UK, 7 to LA, and then back nearly for 2 now.
And tell me about your parents. Where are they from?
My mum is from Southampton, and we have Spanish grandparents, and my dad is Serb from Montenegro.
What was it like growing up in Melbourne?
It was very eclectic. Everyone's pretty much first generation Australian, so there's a big mixture of Greek, Italian, Turkish, Lebanese, Chinese. We're all a big melting pot, which I kind of loved.
Do you miss it?
I miss the people. I don't think I would live there probably ever again.
You've got British citizenship.
I do, so you can't get rid of me.
I was practicing saying that before this interview. So what do you consider yourself? A Brit, Australian?
Everything, really. I think Mum calls me a citizen of the world now.
You've got a green card as well.
I do have a green card, yes, which is extra handy.
How do you look back at your time on Neighbours?
Very fondly, and I'm still very close with all the cast and crew that I worked with.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, they'll be part of the family for years and years to come. You don't do 17 hours a day with people for 3 years straight without becoming like, it's like going to war together, basically.
How old were you when you started on Neighbours?
15 when I got the audition, and I just turned 16 when I started.
What was that like?
Petrifying. I was trying to juggle school as well, and I had about 3 months where I just thought I wasn't going to survive, and I'd have to let one go with school lost in the end.
And what's it like sort of becoming famous quite early on, and do you think you get used to fame?
I have never gotten used to it. I still find it pretty uncomfortable. I've just learnt to hide it better and deal with it a little bit more peacefully.
Are you an ambitious person?
Very ambitious, very independent, which I don't know where it came from because I didn't really want for anything. But from the age of 4, I felt like I was in a rush and not doing enough.
You're hardworking.
I like hard work. It keeps me busy. Yeah.
Have you stopped singing?
Have I?
Yeah.
I've stopped releasing records. Yeah, but I still do the odd bit on people's, records. That the pressure's off me. If it bombs, who cares? I had fun in the studio that day.
Why did you stop though?
I lost passion for it, and it wasn't fun anymore, and this is not a dress rehearsal, this is my life. So if I'm not having fun, for the most part, move on.
So tell me a bit about acting.
Well,
I hadn't finished.
Just generally.
So tell me a little bit about the audition process.
Audition process is bizarre, and it's just like this funny, strange, foreign thing that you have to do to get a gig. That is pretty much your job. Because I would do 4 on one day in LA. Here, you do 4 a year.
Can it be nerve-wracking?
It can be nerve-wracking when you care. When you don't care, they're the jobs that you get.
How do you deal with rejection?
You just have to brush it off and get on to the next thing. You can't let it drag you down, otherwise you wouldn't get up in the morning.
Okay, about 7 seconds to go. Tell me quickly, things outside work. What do you do?
That I like to do?
Yeah.
I love going to the boxing. I love racing cars, rally car.
That's it.
Boy stuff. There you go.
Very nice to meet
Felt
you.
like an eternity.
Not sure that's a good thing.
I'm joking.